Hey y'all, I'm Led, and this is Led Around Town. Hi ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Led Around Town. I'm your host, Led Aceves, and today we're coming to you from SOCO, Taphouse, and Brew Company. Let's go check it out. What do you recommend?
I have to go with the local yellow. So
Local yellow.
It's the Taphouse Local Brewing Company. They're out of Abilene, actually. One of the other ones that I failed to notice, Jeff, if you see this, don't forget I said that. But these guys have about 30 years of brewing experience under their belt. A couple of cops out of Abilene. And they do some great product. Look at that, beautiful.
Looks good.
That's a good light ale.
Wow guys, that's a really good beer. Y'all need to come check it out.
Well, I've been in the business for a long time. I've been bartending for about 5 years, worked at this establishment whenever it was the previous brew house for about a year, and a buddy of mine, we get together, we've been doing it for a long time, and finally worked out. It's been about a year and a half, 2 years to try to figure out where exactly we wanted to go with it, how we wanted to do it, and then just got lucky enough that everything kind of lined out in the appropriate way, like things have to do whenever you're pushing for something. And my father and my best friend and I went ahead and decided that we could go ahead and run this place and hopefully bring the beer back to the people. We are beer and wine only, and that actually serves us a lot of avenues for creating a different type of environment in downtown. A lot of people don't know, but in downtown San Angelo, if you serve beer and wine only, you're allowed to sell beer to go. As long as they stay within the downtown corridor, you're able to leave here and drink while you're shopping or throw parties, whatever you'd have. You obviously not do a driving after you grab that beer, but we are the only place downtown where you can get a draft beer to go in San Angelo. We try to stick as local as possible. Now, some of the times that's pretty easy whenever you talk about, say, the Ola Schoolhouse Brewery or Horny Toe Brewery in Rowena. Both of those guys are within 30 miles. They do great products, and so it's pretty easy to do that, but whenever you got 26 taps, you kind of have to expand. So we've got a lot of stuff like Real Ale, they're out of Blanco, Deep Ellum, which is Dallas, Franconia, which is McKinney, North Dallas. And so we try to grab it as local as possible, and then on top of that have some of the better beers that are known throughout the world. We've got a couple of different German styles that actually come from Germany, and then of course your big West Coast IPAs, your stouts from the East Coast and whatnot. We try to bring in the best, but we're constantly rotating and always trying to bring in something new so that it never necessarily gets stale. But we want to bring you the best products and let you, kind of sift your way through what there is out there, because beer is a constantly moving, evolving thing. So what we've been working on is actually becoming a brewery, and the process for that is a long process. We've got every other thing that we need. We're just now finally getting to the final stages of doing it. Within the next 3 months, we'll be brewing full scale. Hopefully, it'll be just on tap in here, but we typically try to stick to a German style. Hefeweizens, I do a German chocolate stout. We just try to mix it up a little bit and kind of put ourselves on the page as a local brewery and really try to move on to the next phase, where we're not just the best place to get beer, but we're the best local beer in town as well. And hopefully thin out a little bit, make sure that we get the real flavor of this area in the limelight, and hopefully move us on to the next level. We're trying to change the culture of how you feel about going to a bar. I would almost compare this more to a community center, or a, dare I say, church in the community aspect of it. The people that you meet here, the people that I know here, are friends for a long time. That they are personal, that we create an environment that you don't have to be the rowdies. You don't have to have the largest night of your entire life. You can just come, have a good conversation, not pay a whole lot of money, and get your fun out of it. You know, try to make sure that nobody gets excluded in this. You know, we do have domestics. We do have some pretty high-end stuff as well, more expensive. We have wine by the glass. That whenever you get into craft beer bars, they're typically a little bit highbrow about how they do things, and it's more about excluding than including people, and that's not how we kind of view it. Once again, it's more about creating a culture that is open to everyone. That if you come in here and you want a Bud Light, man, I'll get you Bud Light. I do not have any problems with that, but at that same time, we definitely want you to try new things. It's about the experience, about realizing that San Angelo's got a lot more to offer than the typical run-of-the-mill place. So the most popular style of beer in America right now is the IPA. We have to keep several of those on. It's one of those things where you can't. And IPA drinkers are people who want something different every time. Now, we run a couple of things out of Deep Ellum. They're a great IPA brewery in Texas. But there's also dark beer. We're talking about stouts and porters, even black lagers. And those, although in the wintertime you get more of that in the marketplace, there are some of the dark stuff that we keep on all year round, because some people do not care. They want their dark beer. And then, of course, you've got the lighter stuff, your wheat beers, your ambers, your pale ales, and then even some one-offs, like I've got a grapefruit radler, which is grapefruit soda and beer mixed together, which is really low alcohol, more of a day drinker for shopping or something like that. We run those IPAs and the stouts. Typically, I have more of those on. But we try to hit as many different styles of beer as possible, just so that anybody's palate can be. And that's we always say that you're allowed to not like something here, because every beer is so different from the next that you can't come in and try one thing and go, oh no, I back out. I'm not going to try anything else. No, we'll get you around to something. We even got a cider on for the gluten intolerant people. Believe it or not, that's a big one. So, we try to mix it up as much as possible. Basically, I make a joke that I'm the garbage can for some distributors, because I go through their list of beers, and, oh, you say you got one keg of that, I'll go ahead and take it and get rid of it for you. You know, almost the weirder the better, but we kind of try to measure that by how expensive that beer is. You obviously don't want something on that is way too far out there, that costs way too much money, and so you try to find that middle ground in there. But it's one thing that will always be true in here is that you can't sell something that isn't good, and so you always kind of, the beer goes first. And actually, we've been running food trucks every Friday. Different food truck. We've had Mesquite Bean, Palate Pleaser by Brady Joyner. They're right there at the top. You've got Chicharito Taco. They do Korean tacos. We try to rotate those every Friday from 6 to 9, so that you can come in, stop and get something, and not really slow yourself down if you're wanting to move around and whatnot. And then St. Patrick's Day, we're doing Shamrock the Block with us and Concho's Downtown and the Warehouse 150. And we're hopefully going to run a good party on that whole deal. And then the 19th of March, we'll be doing our 1 year anniversary. We're going to have a big crawfish boil. And we'll be doing all pints are going to be $5 for that. And we'll have a trading company out here playing for us in the future. We will have as many things as we can possibly have. Like I said, just to create some movement around here and have a good time, have a good party out of it. And if you're out there, come see us. We'll get you a beer. So these actually are our tabletops from outside. So they're all expertly crafted by regulars here from here at SOCO. And then we actually had a paint party and came in and filled in all the cracks and whatnot. Every piece of art in here is made by locals and whatnot. Even our paintings are from Alejandro over at Vino de Pinte. We hold art in very high regard around here and try to stay as local as possible.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's the show for today. I want to thank Mark at SOCO Taphouse and Brew Company. And remember, if you like this video, be sure to give it a big thumbs up. And also, if you want to see future episodes, make sure you hit that subscribe button. And remember, put your boots on, have fun, and stay young.